Hello everybody, I'm Storm here. Welcome back to Final Fantasy XIV Online. In the last episode, we ran the Steps of Faith trial, fighting the giant dragon that was attempting to break through the defensive wards that were established by Ishgard to protect itself from the Dravanian horde. And it took us a couple of attempts, but we were able to successfully clear it, so that is good. And then we came back to the customary adulation and congratulations from everybody about how good a job we did and how awesome we are. So that's cool. And then we learned from Minfilia that the Sultana, Nanamo, is planning to throw a banquet to celebrate the successful defense of Ishgard, even though they didn't really participate that much in it. Though Minfilia speculates that this may be a bit of politicking to try to get Ishgard involved in some level of diplomatic interaction with the Eorzean alliance, and hopefully eventually leading to them rejoining said alliance. So, you know, that is also a possibility. So we'll see how it goes. But we have some things that need to do. We have some things, well, where we are needed. Hoary Boulder has some things he wants us to do. We need to do this escort mission, right, for some scholars. And then we have some quests with Tataru, who wants to become some sort of bodyguard for Minfilia to try to expand her role and participation in the Scions beyond being a simple receptionist. So we are going to proceed down these two different quest paths, and I think the one we're going to pursue first is going to be Tataru, because that should hopefully be kind of nice and interesting, and not involve too much of nasty things that try to kill us. We'll see. We'll see. Alright, so let's head to the Arcanists Guild in LIMSA, and see what Tataru is up to. I think we are starting to get pretty close to Heaven's Word at this point, because I think that events that transpire, I don't want to be too spoilery, events that transpire at that banquet that Nanamo is inviting us to lead us into Heavensward. So, hopefully that is vague enough. I probably could teleport myself there, but I'm already running, so let's just go ahead and sprint there. And is that Midgard's armor is still riding my shoulder? That's fine. He can do whatever he wants. Alright, so where is Tataru? I don't see her here. Perhaps she is downstairs. Yep, there she is. Let's go see what she's up to. Studying to become an Arcanist, I see. Ayame, what are you doing here? I didn't mean for her to worry. That's the last thing I wanted. Putting an end to such worries is precisely the reason I'm here, don't you see? I, Tataru, shall become a great and powerful Arcanist. And now, Mistress Thubergeim's behest, I must go and complete a special training exercise. Until we meet again. Well, hopefully this doesn't go as badly as her attempts to become a miner. So, I guess we'll head back upstairs. Alright. Thubergeim? Close enough. Greetings and welcome to the Arcanist Guilds. Do you require assistance? So you are acquainted with our newest member. I'm sorry to be the bearer of bad news, but I fear young Totaro may not be ideally suited to the study of Arcanima. Nevertheless, she would not be denied, and goes now to undertake her first trial, a simulated inspection of 3 crates. A simple task, some might say, but one all Arcanists are expected to complete. A thought occurs to me. Why not supervise Totaro's training? You are clearly an accomplished adventurer, and given your relationship with the girl, you seem an ideal person to have on hand. Her trial will be conducted at the cliffs south of Zephyr Gate. You need only observe at a distance. I think you actually do the very same thing when you are first starting out as an Arcanist yourself. Alright, so Zephyr Gate. No. Do the shard. There are a bunch of minions in the game that can be commanded. So there are some that will like ride on your shoulder, or if you're Taru, or not Taru, Lalafell. Taru is a different game. They'll ride on your head. But Midgard Zormer cannot be commanded. He does what he wants when he wants. So, yeah. He will leave my shoulder when he feels good and ready to fly around again. Alright, so let's go ahead and observe the destination. He just blows some blue fire. Yeah, he did. Our Azure seas to Pirate's Port, where she met her shining jewel. For to bring the smuggler's plans to naught came the lass whom none could fool. Beat him with a backdraft, gut him with a gust, deck him with a downburst, go carbuncle go. Oh, those are those crates I spy? Ah, and this must be the true test, but we're ready for them, aren't we, Carbuncle? Carbuncle? Ah, come back, Carbuncle. Uh-oh. I didn't even get a chance to read it. Looks like she's having trouble commanding her summon. Okay. Where is she? Oh, she's right over here. I should have known you'd come, Yame. You needn't say a word. Your face says it all. I know you bore witness to my shame. Betrayed by my own carbuncle and left at the mercy of wild beasts. I must accept this truth. I'll never be a warrior like you or the others. I'll inform Mistress Thubergeim of my intention to withdraw from the guild. Arcanima, like so much else, is beyond me. Oh, I'm sure she'll find something she's good at. Alright, so back to Thubergeim. Alright, I think this time we're just going to go ahead and teleport ourselves. Nearest Ethernet node is going to be the actual Aetheryte itself. There we go. Arcanist Guild. Thubergeim. Ah, back so soon? How fared our fledgling Arcanist? Abysmally, Miss Thubergeim, abysmally, as Ayame will testify. I was wrong to become an Arcanist, wrong as usual. I'm completely and utterly unqualified, and I sincerely apologize for wasting your time. Taro, if that were true, I would not have permitted you to join in the first place. We must all come to accept your limitations, lest our ambitions lead us astray. However, we must not lose sight of our strengths in the process. For example, your exceptional skill with numbers helped you to gain a solid grasp of the fundamentals of Arcanima. Were it not so, you would have struggled to summon Carbuncle to your side. In my opinion, the Scions are truly fortunate to have such a capable and good-natured receptionist in their service. Would you not agree? You are too kind, Mistress Thubergeim. Though I could not overcome this challenge, I shall take your words to heart and try not to be discouraged. Alright, there we go. Alright, so what are you going to do next? Taro is considering her next course of action and how you might aid her in it. As fetching as these garments are, I fear I shall never don them again. But I can't go back to the Rising Stones without something to show for my time away. Wait, I know what I can do. That is, if you don't mind accompanying me for a little longer. Sure. Wonderful. Then to Costa del Sol we will go. It's a bit of a gamble, but I'm confident it will pay off. Alright, off to Costa del Sol. Alright, so... there she is. Yes, this is it. This is where the man of the drowning wench told me to look. There's a certain variety of clam which can be harvested this time of year in Bloodshore, one which produces the most marvelous pearls. However, these clams are also coveted by certain wild creatures, and since I fared rather poorly in battle last time, let us be off. Oh, you're gonna use me. Alright, that's fine. Alright, what fortune? I've already found one. Would you be so kind as to keep watch while I work? This should only take a moment. he's on my other shoulder. Okay. Alright, I'll just wait here and keep an eye out for anything that may come by that's not nice. Ah, there we go. Oh, hold on. Let me turn my Defiance off. Wow, this thing has a lot of health. I should probably bring in my Chocobo. That may help. Alright, let's spin it around a little bit so it doesn't AoE my Chocobo. So what was I saying about, you know, nasty things that wanted to kill me? Oh well, it's not really any danger to us. Just a lot of health that I have to burn through here. How's Satara doing? Yeah, she's doing fine. Berserk. There we go. All right. So, what'd you find? Well fought, Ayame. Well fought. I knew I was right to ask you to come. As for me, I had my prize, a bounty of blood pearls. So named for their reddish hue, they were treasured as wards against dark magics in ancient times. Though I might make charms for everyone, so that no matter where they go, they will always come home. It's sort of the power to defend myself and other people, in a way. Right, well, I mustn't keep Fulhamen waiting. There's work to be done, and lots of it. We're to secure provisions for the Scions in the LOMINSA markets. She may have an eye for quality, but I have a nose for bargains. Will you be heading back to the Rising Stones? If so, pray convey my apologies to the antecedent and tell her that she needn't worry about me. Very well, Ayame, and thank you for everything. That sounded rather final, didn't it? How about until we meet again? Alright, so back to the Rising Stones. Turn this in with Minfilia, and then we'll go talk to Hoary Boulder. And help him out with his escort mission. Should I do both and then turn them both in with Minfilia? No. We'll go ahead and turn this one in, and then we'll do the other one, just to avoid any complications. Alright, welcome home, Ayame. I gather you have found Totaro and LIMSA. My, it sounds as though she had quite an adventure, and while it did not end as she had hoped, I suspect it will prove to be a valuable experience. I dare say she could have managed without our intervention. Even so, I appreciate you indulging my request. Alright, so. On to the next thing. There we are. Ah, Ayame, is it true that you agreed to lend us a hand? Indeed it is. Huzzah! What did I tell you, Coltene? Our misfortune has become a blessing. An opportunity to serve alongside the warrior of light herself. Need I remind you that we have 3 scholars to escort, each of whom will take a different route? True, but our mission is the same. Separated by malms we may be, but in spirit we shall be together. If such thoughts bring you joy, you are welcome to think them. To more practical concerns, Ayame, we would have you attend to the scholar charged with surveying the South Shroud. He is at Camp Tranquil as we speak. All you need do is follow the man. He will determine the most appropriate locations to take his readings. In spirit, Ayame, in spirit we shall be together every step of the way. Okay, if that gets you through. Alright. Rendezvous with the Unsettled Scholar at Camp Tranquil. Alright, let's go ahead and teleport ourselves out there and see what this scholar needs done. And what nasty things with giant teeth want to kill us that we're going to run into. Alright, Unsettled Scholar. Alas, the Scion's woman deigns to grace me with her presence. A pity that we have no time for pleasantries. Our first destination is Isomhar. Come, we are late enough as it is. Okay. That is to the north, so let's go ahead and ride out there and provide escort. Okay, those are hunt targets, but they are not hostile. Alright, yes, this location should suffice. Once I finish calibrating my instruments, I will require but a moment to take the necessary measurements. I trust I need not explain that my work can suffer no interruptions. Then please stand an appropriate distance and keep watch for wild beasts. Very well. Ah! Wild beasts. Violet flytrap. There are 3 of them. I noticed the an indicator line from the 3rd that was behind me. These are no match. Alright. I see you have both completed our respective tasks. A satisfactory outcome, though. Though if I could make one suggestion, you might try to dispatch your foes more quietly in the future. I do not like to pick fault, but I really must be allowed to concentrate. Now then, Snake Molt awaits, shall we? Well, sorry. Alright, so Snake Bolt is over there near Amdapor Keep. There he is. Right about here, yes. As before, I would ask that you keep an eye out for dangerous beasts as I work. Very well. Some bats and a Trent. Alright. So let's deal with the Trent first. Because it's the guy that's going to be, you know, firing AoE attacks all over the place. There we go. Looks like my Chocobo dealt with it first bat. There we go. Unsettled Scholar. Fascinating. These readings are not at all what I expected. Though perhaps that should come as no surprise, I am not given to superstition, but there is a queer, almost blasphemous air hereabouts. Let us quit this place and return to Roots Lake. We have one more site to survey. An interesting description. Alright, Roots Lake is over there at the lost city of Amdapor. Which I'm not sure we've done. We've done Amdapor Keep and Lost City of Amdapor? I don't remember. I don't think we have. Those are side dungeons. All right. As before, my guardian, pray lead me to my task and assure our safety. Very well. There are a lot of revenants around here. Was that it? Nope, nope. More. Alright, so that should do it. This data should prove invaluable to... Ye gods, what is that stench? Did you slaughter a creep of adamantoises while my back was turned? Quickly now, to Camp Tranquil. I will not have my clothing reeking of blood and offal. That's the smell of victory. Alright. I don't think we need to teleport. The camp is right here. Alright, you chose to paddle in the Ichor a while longer, I take it. No matter, I took advantage of my unexpected privacy and performed a cursory analysis of my data. It would appear that there has been a measurable decrease in Eorzea's ambient ether concentrations since the calamity. However, this data is far from conclusive. We must take additional measurements to confirm my assessment. And I'm guessing you're going to give me a quest to report back to Minfilia, probably? Better to serve the science of 7th Dawn than a humble scholar and his faithful assistant, okay? Oh, no, we're going to be doing another survey. Okay, for our next survey, I would have you escort me to Earth's fount. The ambient ether concentrations there are so high that crystalline structures form spontaneously. Consequently, anomalous fluctuations should be much easier to detect. Brilliant, yes? No, don't bother answering. That was rhetorical. Now, come along. Okay. Now, on Earth's font, there are probably things there that will attack me. And actually, it will be easier to just teleport to Quarry Mill and ride from there. Alright, there we are, and then we're going to head out of the city. Well, not really a city, but the outpost. And we're going to be heading down this direction into Earth's Gift, and up there to Earth's Font. Yep, they will still attack me, even though I'm 52. Don't care about the fate. Well, those guys will definitely attack me. Kids. Okay. See if I can sneak past them. Kind of pretty over here. Alright, Scholar. You should be more familiar with the procedure by now. Pray find a suitable position from which to keep watch while I take measurements. Very well. This rocky area looks like a good spot. Yes, quite high, yet still markedly lower than the historical measurements taken near the end of the 6th Astral Era. Could the presence of a primal account for the difference? Or is there something else? Something else. Something else. Scion, come here. I need you. Fear not, my friends. Help has arrived. There you are, Yame. Hori and I were worried when you and your charge failed to return at the appointed hour. Gutted like a hog, but not by one. No. These wounds were made with a blade. Doesn't look like he put up much of a fight either. Nary a mark on his sword nor his shield. I've heard nothing of any Crystal Brave operations in this area. What cause had Wilred to come here? What should we do? We will see to the scholar's protection, Ayame. Aye, and the boy's remains. You should return the rising stones. The antecedent will want to know what happened here. And so do I. So... something is definitely afoot. Alright. Speak with Minfilia at the Rising Stones. Okay, so let's go ahead and report back to Minfilia. Yamis, you are returned, and you seem troubled. Did the role of escort chafe so? Nope, we found a dead brave. Wilred, dead? Mayhap murdered? By the 12, how can this be? I will send word to Alphino at once. He will want to conduct a full investigation, and send word to Wilred's family. Gods, he was just a boy. Who would do this, and why? I will take the silver piece. Alright, while others look to the impending royal... also for the impending royal banquet, Minfilia cannot help but look to the past. Okay. Though recent events weigh heavily on our minds, we must needs set them aside for now. We are coming to a defining moment in Eorzean history. The grand commemoration of our joint defense of Ishgard, the first time in 15 long years that our people have stood side by side with our neighbors to the north to fight in common cause. This may mark the true rebirth of the Eorzean alliance. Failing that, it should, at the very least, serve to bring our nations closer together. We have every reason to raise our voices in celebration, do we not? We have bested Dravanians and Astians both. Against desperate odds, we have fought and won. The primals still plague us, and the Empire still plots our subjugation, and our triumphs, remarkable though they are, were bought at a terrible price. Brave adventurers and allies, broken on the steps of faith, and before our eyes, in this very room, our dear friend Moonbrita. This is the victory we have wrought, and it is as bitter ashes in my mouth. I would sooner stay here and invite those with more appetite to enjoy the feast in my stead. Alas, it is a royal banquet, and all our allies will be in attendance. It is our duty to present a united front that we might serve as a beacon of hope to all. It seems I have no choice but to take my own advice. I instructed the others to meet us in Ul'dah that we might make our grand entrance together. Unfortunately, I had to settle for having Tataru and Lahamin, leaving Tataru and Lahamin a note. If they do not return quickly, they will have to settle for whatever leftovers I can smuggle out of the fragrant chamber. Off to the brig soiree, Ayame? Raise a glass for me, eh? Or not. You don't look best pleased, lass. Something on your mind? By the Navigator, Wilred's dead? Gods damn it, they must know they've been rumbled. Sod it. 'Tis past time we had this talk. After our last conversation, I got to thinking about where certain funds were coming from. So I had a dig around, on the quiet like, and sure enough I found it. Seems a fair bit of coins made its way into the Braves' coffers courtesy of a dodo consortium. A daft name for a business if I ever heard one, which is what first gave me an inkling that something weren't right. So I went through the ledgers again and found another half-dozen donations from organizations with stupid bloody names. Didn't take long to find the common thread. All were owned by the Mirage Trust. Oh, I'll give the bastard credit. He showed us up for the amateurs we are. Short of calling one of his businesses the Bloody Bribery Consortium, I don't know what more he could have done to mock our rules on financial contributions. The gods only know how many men of the first and third are taking Telegi's coin. But now we know as some of them are, I'd wager me right eye they're the ones what did for Wilred. The earnest young fool had taken to asking the wrong kind of questions. Bound to attract attention he was. Should have seen it at the time, but I didn't. Gods damn me. Still, I don't see what Telegi hopes to accomplish. He hid his scheme with all the care of a drunk pissing into the wind. No, he's cleverer than this. So we need to be clever too. That's the only way we'll ever repay this debt of blood. We'll purge every one of them traitorous bastards from our ranks. On that you can have me word. And Ayame, mind yourself when you're in Olda, eh? We're headed into a storm. I can smell it. The kind what'll sweep a man overboard and drag him under before he knows it. Okay, so, corruption in the ranks. Alright, speak with Minfilia on the Royal Promenade. I think that's the point. Hold on, let me actually head over there, because the game does warn us that we're about to go into something big at this point before we do it. So let's head over there and have a chat with Minfilia. Turn this in. Alright, so Royal Promenade is going to be Chamber of Wool. Alright, we've been waiting for Ayame. The celebration is due to begin shortly. I had hoped that we might make our introductions together, but Mistress Momody just sent word that you are needed at the quicksand. I'm needed at the quicksand? I hear I must go where she's needed, and according to Minfilia, you are needed elsewhere? Okay. We will go on ahead, Ayame. Pray join us once matters at the quicksand are resolved. Give my regards to Momody, and let her know that I will call upon her anon. Alright, so to the quicksand and see what's going on. We are getting a bit long here, but I have a little extra time, so we'll just keep on plugging away until we hit the point where I'm going to break off and do some side stuff, because I do not want to proceed into the big series of events that occurred that lead us to Heavensward, which is what is about to happen, I'm thinking. I'm pretty sure. Before we do a bunch of other stuff. For no other reason than that's just kind of how I want to do it. Alright. I appreciate you dropping in on such short notice, Ayame. I know you've got places to be, so I won't waste your time. You're friends with a crystal brave by the name of Alian, aren't you? Former adventurer? Come to think of it, I'm pretty sure you recruited her yourself. Well, anyway, she came around for a meal not long ago, and before she left, she asked me to give you a message. Said the others ended up dragging you to the feast. I was to see you got up before you made your grand entrance. Meet me at the station west of the Coffer and Coffin. There's something I must show you. A short message, I'll grant you, but she thought long and hard before picking those words. Barely touched her food, too. Under other circumstances, I have thought those signs of a troubled heart, but something tells me she ain't planning to ask your thoughts on a gentleman caller. Alright. Let's head over there. This way. Yeah, nothing out here is going to give us any trouble. Let's see what this is all about. As you stand upon the platform, your thoughts begin to wander, and all too soon the ghosts of comrades lost and enemies slain begin to file by your mind's eye in a solemn procession. Clearing your head, you scan the horizon, but see no sign of Alian. Continue waiting. Straining your ears to listen, you hear the clatter of Kikirin and the buzzing of Cypherids, but no approaching footfall. Sighing, you bow your head only to notice the vial lying at your feet. Well, what would this be? Ayame, is that you? What brings you out this way? Laurentius. Lieutenant Alian? Well, I know. I haven't seen her about. Had she come this way, I guarantee we would have crossed paths. I must have passed this spot not a dozen times. We're to patrol the city's environs on account of the royal banquet. Captain's orders, you understand? Speaking of which, isn't it about time to begin? You should be with the other honored guests, enjoying your well-deserved respite. I pray return to Ul'dah, Ayame. If I chance to meet the lieutenant, I will tell her you were here.
O Sultan Tree, hallowed spirit of my line. Through my weakness, the glorious house of Ul has all but disappeared beneath the sands. For want of the strength to raise it up again, it were better that it fall. Forgive me, but I know not what else to do.
Alright. Show the clouded vial to Momodi. Alright. Back to Ul'dah. Let's see. We're heading to the Adventurers Guild. I reckoned you'd head straight to the feast after meeting with Alianne. What's the matter? No appetite? I found this. Not sure what it is. So she wasn't there, but this was. Hey, let's see. Looks to me like an alchemist's vial. Beyond that, I can't say. Might be best if you hold on to it for safekeeping, though. Any road, no use worrying about Alianne. I'm sure she'll turn up before too long, and when she does, we'll soon find out what this was all in aid of. Besides, you've got more important things to think about. Okay, judging by Momodi's grin, your star could not rise any higher. Okay. Would you believe that while you were away, another message arrived for you? Well, one did. One delivered by the Sultana's handmaiden, no less. Seems Her Grace desires a private audience. Her handmaiden will meet you on the royal promenade and escort you to the Sultana's chambers. So what are you waiting for? Go on then, go.
You needn't trouble yourself so.
Your Grace is most kind, but it is no trouble to me, rather an honor. If your Grace is ready, I shall summon the Warrior of Light.
I am.
Everyone looks to be in high spirits.
With good cause.
A common victory may serve to unite even the most unlikely of allies. You've brought us one step closer to a united Eorzea.
Your modesty knows no bounds, Antecedent. Were it not for your efforts, Sir Emmerich would never have become such a steadfast ally. When he convinces his countrymen to rejoin the Alliance, we shall all reap the benefits, military and economic. I tell you, we are on the cusp of a new era of unity and prosperity. Territorial disputes are all that divide us now, but I have faith that we will find an amicable solution in time. And failing that, I'll have my trusty Warrior of Light box the ears of all concerned. Speaking of whom...
She will be joining us shortly. A matter at the quicksand required her attention, but it did not sound serious.
Okay, speak of the lady in waiting on the royal promenade. Alright, so I think this is where we're gonna break. Well, let me just go double check. I mean, if we end up in the thing, we end up in the thing. I'm pretty sure there was a warning. Chamber of Rule. Because we end up in like an hour-long cutscene. Or series of cutscenes, I believe. And so the game warns you, hey, this is about to take a really long amount of time, so make sure that you're ready for it. Alright, so there's the lady in waiting. Thank you for coming, madam. Her Grace is most eager to speak with you. If you require a moment to compose yourself before your audience, you may have it, or if you are ready, it will be my honor to escort you to Her Grace's chambers forthwith. Right, upon proceeding to the Sultana's bedchamber, several cutscenes will play in sequence. It is recommended that you set aside sufficient time to view these scenes in their entirety. We are not going to head to the Sultana's chamber. Okay, so this is where we're going to break off and do some side stuff for a little bit before we proceed with the events of the Grand Banquet. So, we're going to go work on that when we come back next episode. So I hope you guys enjoyed it. Thanks for watching. Go ahead, like, subscribe, and comment. And I will see you next time.